John Jones versus Tom Aspinall might happen sooner than we thought. Jake Paul versus Logan Paul might be in the works right now, and Conor McGregor appeared for his final day in court. Here's what happened. Conor McGregor's long-awaited civil lawsuit has ended. On Tuesday, both the respondent and complainant made their final arguments. I made tons of videos on this case already, but I'm gonna give you guys a quick recap. Conor McGregor and his friend slash associate James Lawrence all hung out with these two girls, Danielle Keeley and Nikita Hand. Allegedly, later that night, Conor McGregor sexually assaulted Nikita Hand, choking her multiple times and making her in fear for her life. Nikita tried to press charges, but there was not sufficient enough evidence, so she decided to go through a civil lawsuit, and this trial has been taking place for the past 2 weeks or so. I made 2 videos on it so far, and this will most likely be my second to last, as a verdict is coming soon because the trial just ended. But here's what happened this last day of court, because some big things came out, and as I said, both sides made their final case. Conor McGregor's lawyer's argument was basically like, hey, look, you don't gotta like Conor McGregor, and they acknowledge, like, look, it does not look the best. Conor McGregor, whatever way you slice it, he cheated on his wife, his pregnant wife. I think at the time she might have been pregnant, don't hold me to that, but he cheated on his wife, going partying, doing drugs. It's not a good look for Conor McGregor, but he says, look, you don't have to like Conor. That doesn't mean he necessarily did this whole assault. His lawyer said, you may also be unimpressed with a man who leaves his family home on Saturday, goes drinking with women in hotel penthouses. They're all unlikely to endear him to you. He then says, I'm not asking you to like him, I'm asking you to look at the evidence. I'm not asking you to invite him to a Sunday lunch, but to interrogate your own views. Now, Nikita's lawyers pointed out, Conor McGregor's arrogance, right? Just, overall just painting him, pointing to the physical evidence, which is the damning evidence in this case. I talked about this in the past, but there's a lot of physical evidence supporting Nikita Hand, including ripped dresses, a lot of bruising, as well as, not to be too graphic here, but Nikita Hand was on her period, and this is all confirmed from medical examiners that there was a tampon like lodged deep inside of her, which would obviously be pretty unusual if this was a consensual encounter. But I am going to go into some of the evidence that support Conor McGregor later, but let's talk about what Nikita Hand's lawyer said. I think one of the more shocking things in this case was when Hand's lawyer said that Mr. McGregor is an arrogant, cowardly man who savagely beat Miss Hand, calling him out, literally saying that right in front of everybody. She then goes on to question Conor McGregor's character, saying, what should he have done if he was a man at all, is to apologize to my client for what he did to her. He's not a man, he's a coward, a devious coward. You should treat him for what he is. And like I said, Hand's lawyer definitely pointed out the physical evidence. I mean, it is a lot of physical evidence. And the jury now begins deliberation, and I hope that the news doesn't break right before this video comes out, but we could be expecting a verdict today. Like, it could be literally any day. The vibe seems to be that it's not going to take so long, so we're gonna find out eventually. But there's 2 questions the jury have to answer. Did Mr. McGregor assault Miss Hand? And the second one being, did Mr. Lawrence assault Miss Hand? Now, I didn't really talk about James Lawrence a lot during this video series talking about the case. I did a little bit, but also, if you guys recall, I mentioned James Lawrence is also in trouble for this whole situation because he allegedly sexually assaulted Miss Hand as well. But this one's a little bit different. Nikita Hand did not mention James Lawrence at all sexually assaulting her, but Nikita says it's because she does not remember. Apparently, Conor McGregor had left the penthouse. She had stayed and wanted to have sex with James Lawrence, and they had sex, and Nikita did not remember this until James Lawrence himself admitted to this, and now he is on trial for this too. A lot of people accusing him of being a patsy, just trying to take the fall for Conor McGregor. Now, if the jury does say yes, the judge has to assess the damages, and it could be a lot of money. We don't know. There's a lot of evidence for Nikita Hand, and I see too many people just, dismissing this, saying she's just in it for money and that there's nothing. No, there's a conversation to be had here. I'm not at all trying to say that Conor is innocent or guilty, but I'm here to say that we need to have a conversation about this. Like, this isn't just something where, there is no at all circumstances to this. She did try to get this a criminal case. There is a decent amount of evidence for this. I'm surprised this didn't get to a criminal case, to be honest. But what are some things that are going for Conor McGregor? Well, to be honest, outside of the physical evidence, it seems like everything is going for Conor McGregor. One of the biggest things people are talking about is that CCTV footage where Conor McGregor was seen, kissing Nikita Hand. We don't have access to it. Maybe it'll come out later. And maybe if we saw it, we could judge her mental state if she was fully there. And don't get me wrong, that is a big piece of evidence, but that is easily explained by maybe Nikita saying that she was in fear for her life. I'm not saying I necessarily believe it, but there's excuses for that. But I think the biggest piece of evidence for Conor McGregor is the fact that there is really like a 3v1 situation here. Nikita Hand is the only one claiming Conor McGregor did anything, or James Lawrence, while even Danielle Keeley, who was a friend of Nikita Hand, she is saying that everything seemed fine. We talked about this in the last video, but Danielle Keeley testified and said that she did not think anything happened between Conor and Nikita. Like I said, we are done with this trial. All the evidence has come in. You guys can make whatever judgment you want. I just surely don't know. I'm still 50-50. It's really shocking to me, the physical evidence. It's hard for me to get over that. I think the only logical explanation, if it's not Conor McGregor, is someone else must have sexually assaulted her. I don't want to get into conspiracy theories and point the finger at who might have done it, who whatever. I don't want to just spread misinformation out there, but it's coming to a point where I would be shocked if she's making up 100% of everything. Maybe the truth in this situation kind of falls somewhere in the middle. I don't know, guys, but this is not a good look for Conor McGregor, guys. And this is coming from a guy who was a huge fan of him. I don't even know if if I'm a fan of him anymore, because this is really all just super disturbing. Keep in mind, guys, Conor McGregor does not face any jail time. This is a civil suit. You know, Nikita will get money for this if she is found, you know, that her case is legit or not. We're gonna find out all of that, guys. I'm going to do an update once the jury comes back, so hit the subscribe button for that. Jake Paul versus Logan Paul might be in the works after the two were, you know, beefing on Impulsive. Take a look.
Who are you fighting next?
Everybody.
Me?
Yeah, I'll fight you. You're fucking tiny.
Big. I'm taller than you.
You're still tiny. It would suck to be the one that has to deal with, you know, losing, but I wouldn't be the one that would have to deal
I have
with
the
that,
opposite
so.
perspective. I feel like ruining my little brother's boxing career would be so bad.
I thought this was just cringed and forced, guys. This was not legit. Like, this is just them totally working here, trying to plant a seed for a potential fight. But, guys, I will say there isn't, like, you know, zero interest, because if you guys recall, like, last year they got into a heated argument on Impulsive about Logan Paul being annoyed that he wasn't allowed to bring Prime bottles into Jake Paul's event.
People don't like to work with your team. People hate your team.
I could say the same thing.
They hate your team.
They said I would get kicked out if I brought a Prime bottle. That's fucking ridiculous, dude. Do you think I would ever ban you from promoting any of your shit at any of my events?
That's because of who the partner, the competing partner was
Marcos
for the event.
texted us 4 times with stipulations listed out, paragraphs.
Yeah, get over it. Like, and meanwhile,
come on, I'm your brother building a
oh
business.
yeah, you're my brother building a business. You love to play both sides,
who's
bro.
yielded What's the what other
You
side
play
am I playing?
both
Whose
sides.
other side am I playing?
You play both sides.
What's
and it's
the
like,
other side that I'm playing?
I'll partner with all of your enemies. Like, I have,
Bro, my
I have
life is
all,
my life. Your life is your life. If you want
But
to create
see, you
beef
love to
with-
play both. You love to play both sides.
And that clip seemed more legit. I'm sure you guys are more familiar with that one. But guys, I'm going to be honest, I have no interest in this fight. I think it's going to be another light spar like that Mike Tyson fight was. I mean, come on, this is just stupid. I say, let's not fall for this, guys. Like, come on, let's not do this. Deiveson Figueiredo versus Petr Yan is happening tomorrow. Wang Kong did her signature face-off with the Joker makeup. And Figgy versus Yan both made weight, and I want to make a quick prediction, guys. I'm going to go with Petr Yan. I think Yan is going to get this done. I think he's going to pressure Figueiredo. Maybe Figueiredo has success in the first round, but I think Yan is going to take over. I think Figueiredo's best chance is to get some takedowns and mix it in, but I think the pressure of Yan is really good. I think Marab is just super unique and was able to push Petr Yan back, but I do think that, yeah, Yan is going to push Figueiredo back. Figgy is going to really telegraph those takedowns. I think it's going to get defended, and I think we're going to see Figgy kind of gas out in 4 and 5, and yeah, I think we're going to see Petr Yan get a 49-46 decision. Let me know in the comment section below who you guys got winning the fight. I'm also going to do a live stream during this event. Yes, guys, I'm going to be watching the fight 6 a.m. bright and early, guys. I usually don't do these watch-along type of fights, but I want to see it tomorrow. I know a lot of people are going to be watching this alone, so let's all suffer together. 6 a.m. be there on the channel, 6 a.m. Eastern time. But finally, Tom Aspinall, John Jones, right? I think this fight might be happening sooner than we think, and here is the evidence, guys. John Jones, first of all, posted a video today. He's already back in the gym. He just beat Stipe Miocic, and okay, that's just a little bit of evidence, guys. Let's not look too deep into it. But then we look at Tom Aspinall's vlog after UFC 309, where he runs into Dana White, and Dana White says that he's gonna bang this thing out really quickly.
I'm gonna bang this out, and I'll come right out.
And Tom follows it up by saying that there's big news coming out.
All success. I'll see you next time. Big news coming.
And yesterday, Tom Aspinall uploaded a new video where he announced that his next fight is in negotiations. He doesn't know when the fight is going to take place, but is in negotiation.
We're in negotiations right now, is the honest answer. So we don't know when the fight is going to be. I'll be ready to go whenever.
I'm getting to a point where I feel pretty confident. I thought this fight would be taking place, if it ever did, on International Fight Week, probably July. But if it is going fast, I mean, we could be looking at a March-April date. I mean, it could be that soon. But I'm going to be so happy if this fight takes place. I genuinely still think that Tom Aspinall beats John Jones. I'm not sure, though. Let me know in the comment section below who you guys think is going to win the fight. You guys are the best fan base to MMA. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next one.